This is a video created to provide some advice on selling permanent equipment to QFC store managers. Throughout the video, I will be focusing on the theme of space maximization. QFCs are typically much smaller than our other customer stores, so we must focus on maximizing our creativity and identifying the unique spaces available in QFCs for our equipment. Before you try and sell anything to a store manager, or even walk into a QFC, check your weekly XPC and planner. These are distributed by the Key Account Manager. This is extremely important because we want to make sure that our spaces and priorities are being executed and executed properly. I will go over briefly how to read a QFC planner. Let's zoom in on our section from this particular shot. You will see that we are listed as priority number 2. This means that when a store manager is changing his end caps, also called priorities, each week, our products will be the second priority on his list. Next, let's go over all of the information displayed in this small section of the planner. First is the Lay's and Lay's kettle chips. This first product that is listed is what will be the main display on the end cap that week. Next is the tie-in, meaning the top 2 shelves of the end cap or the waterfall cart that will be placed in front of the display. Third, you'll see wicker basket rounder item, which in this case is the Frito's canned dip. This product will be placed in a tiered rounder display or a QFC wicker basket in front of the end cap. And finally is the wire basket item, which will appear on Metro end caps only. These wire baskets hang off either side of the end cap. So remember, before selling anything, check your priorities for execution and accuracy. Now I'll show you what the planner actually looks like when it's executed in store. First is the priorities main display, shown by the number 1. On the left, you'll see the in-store picture, and on the right is the schematic for that display. In this case, the bottom 3 shelves of the Metro rack will display Doritos and Ruffles. Second, the tie-in, using the top 2 shelves displaying Powerade. Number 3 is wicker basket and rounder tie-in product. You'll see the wicker basket is actually placed on one of the end cap shelves and is holding Frito canned dip. Number 4 is also displaying canned dip, but is in the wicker basket I mentioned earlier in front of the display. And lastly, since this is a Metro end cap, you'll see the wire hanging basket on the side holding Fritos. Here's a better angle of what the hanging wire baskets look like in store. Again, here's a picture of a planogram. Remember to make sure that what is displayed in store matches what your planogram has planned for the week. Here's a picture that shows what a full and properly executed end cap should look like. It has the main priority and all tie-ins fully stocked and properly executed. Next is the actual selling of incremental priorities outside of just the end caps. These incremental locations won't necessarily be put on the planner by the buyer, but will come from a store-level sale to a store manager. You'll see 2 examples in these pictures. One being the wicker baskets, which may be on the planner from time to time, but if not, can be sold in. The other is a magnetic wing rack, again focusing on space maximization and not having to take up any floor space. The way to go about selling in a display piece for an incremental location is by selling directly to the store manager. You will then go through the process of ordering and installing the equipment yourself. Make sure your sales representative is aware of the new location so that the correct amount of product will be in store on the installation day. In addition to store-level sales that may be unique to a store, there are also incremental priorities called out on the QFC planner. If you scroll down through the planner past the main priorities, you'll find a few sections labeled incremental display items. These will be listed in priority order. So, depending on the amount of incremental locations that the store has, products will be put out according to this section of the planner. You'll also notice the section that dictates the small basket tie-in, saddlebag, shadow box, also in priority order. For example, shadow boxes are not scripted. They are filled according to store space in the incremental priorities on the planner that I just showed. Here's what an executed shadow box display looks like. On the planner for the shadow box, you would have seen Josefina's as the main priority, with dipetizers as maybe number 2 or 3. The key to selling in incremental locations is, if you don't ask for them, you aren't going to get them. You have to create a relationship with a store manager who wants to work with you and help make them money. The worst thing they can say is no, which really means not right now. I'll go through some ideas for space maximization that have been executed in QFCs. 1. Cardboard displays are extremely versatile and can go just about anywhere in stores. 2. Ask about a bakery table. Ours are on wheels, and there's usually no reason to not display our products on it as long as the store can still put their baked goods on top. And lastly, produce walkarounds are always a good way to maximize space. When selling for incremental locations, keep our share fighters in mind. Our share fighters are our brands such as Smart Food, Josefina's, Kettle, Munchies, and all of our dips. These items are likely to be impulse purchases made on the perimeter, and products such as dip return a high profit margin, which store managers love to see. So remember, when selling display equipment into QFCs, check the store schematic weekly to ensure our priorities, tie-ins, etc. are being executed and that they're being executed properly. Once you've ensured this, sell, sell, sell. The more perimeter locations you can get, the better. But to bring it full circle, in QFCs, space maximization is the key to success, so be creative and have fun.